ang discussion natin ngayong araw na ito, genetic predisposition. Dahil may isang komentarista na nagsabi ang pagka-addict daw ay ang pagka-addict, nawala. Kailangan malaman ng mga kababayan natin na ang pagka-addict ay depende sa genes, ayon kay Professor Shelo Magno. Yan po ang i-discuss natin ngayong araw na ito. Bago po tayo magpatuloy, huwag pong kakalimutan like, share, follow, and subscribe. So, ayan. Nag-umpisa ang kwentong genetic predisposition sa isang pag-aaral. May inaral ng ilang mga dalubhasa ang isang pamilya na Dutch. Dahil ang dami sa kanilang mga miyembro ng pamilya na lalaki ang nag-share ng pare-parehong characteristics. Aggression, ano pa ba? May mga criminal behavior sila. Meron silang mga charges for rape. Mayroon silang mga ano pa ba? Kumbaga, predisposition towards violence. Very violent yung activities nila. So, these were limited to males. It was a large Dutch family na marami sa kanilang mga lalaki ay may nagdi-display ng so-called criminal behavior. Yun nga, displaced aggression, attacks on other people, rape, may prevalence doon sa kanilang pamilya. Resulta ng pag-iimbestiga na ito, o pag-study nito, ay nadiskubre nila ang isang allele called the MAOA allele. But before that, bago tayo magpatuloy, huwag mo natin kakalimutan yung ating like, share, follow, and subscribe. Ha? Magandang gabi sa mga bagong dating. Maligayang Pasko po sa inyong lahat. Yung study na to was done in 1993 or published in 1993. Ang patterns of behavior ay inherited severe behavioral abnormalities, yun ang sabi, among its male members, impulsive aggression, violent outbursts, arson, attempted rape, and exhibitionism. Pinag-aralan nila itong pamilya na ito at nadiskubre nila yung MAOA gene. Okay. Bakit mahalaga ito? Para ma-explain po natin na hindi precise yung sinabi ni Professor Shelo Magno. I'm not saying that she's wrong. What I'm saying is that masyadong sweeping yung kanyang pagkasabi. So, what is MAOA gene? And how does this relate to criminal behavior? Balikan natin. What is a gene? A gene is a segment of the DNA. Ang gene provides a code. Okay? These are instructions for the creation of protein. Ang genes kasi are like, hindi ito nagsasabi na you're going to be this way or that way. The genes will provide an instruction manual kung ano ang ipoproduce ng katawan ninyo. Primarily, ang instructions na ito ay for the production of particular proteins. Ngayon, na-discover yung MAOA protein. Ang MAOA protein ay nagbibigay ng instructions sa pag-create, ang MAOA protein ay siya po yung nag-determine kung ano ang mangyayari sa tatlong particular enzymes na pinoproduce ng ating brain. Ano yung enzymes na yon? Dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine. Okay, so tatlo yon. Yung tatlong enzymes na yun, ito ay mga chemical messengers inside the brain. Okay, ano yung dopamine? Dopamine regulates mood. It provides the motivation for pleasure, desire, craving. Itong dopamine is what plays the role in addictive behavior. Ito ay motivator. It regulates motor control. And yung those without dopamine or with severe restrictions on the production of dopamine result in Parkinson's. Too much dopamine, ADHD naman, and so on. And some variations produce depression. Okay. Serotonin, yan yung feel-good chemical. It regulates mood, sleep, appetite, digestion, learning, memory. It plays a part in anxiety and sexual function. So pagka may imbalance, depression, anxiety, obsessive-compulsive behavior. Norepinephrine, it mobilizes, ito yung sa fight or flight, ito yung nagmo-motivate ng body para gumalaw. Okay. Ang MOAE gene regulates what happens pag nagamit na yan. So kunwari, mayroong norepinephrine. Nag-release ng norepinephrine yung brain mo. After that, saan pupunta? Nag-react na yung body mo. Pagka there's too much, or kunwari dopamine, when there's too much dopamine, nagkaka-ADHD ka. Kapag there's not enough, then later on, long term, yan ang nagli-lead to Parkinson's. Yung na hindi ma-regulate yung neurotransmitter, hindi niya ma-regulate yung motor function, hindi niya ma-control yung motor function. So, so the gene provides a blueprint for the creation of the enzyme that will regulate these other regulators in the brain. Pero may na-discover yung mga dalubhasa ng tinatawag ng MAOA allele. What is an allele? It is a variation of the gene. So yung kanilang code, sandali, may nagpapaano eh. Yung kanilang code, sinasabi niya na this code allows you, this code, the MAOA allele, ay may problema. So, imbis na nare-regulate yung mga yung serotonin, dopamine, etc., after it nag-deliver na ng message yung brain mo, then what happens to that is, yun na nga, nagkakaroon ng oversupply, undersupply, mali yung combination supply, kumbaga. Okay, next. So, yung resulta nito, for those na discover ng mga dalubhasa, na those who have the MAOA allele have a predisposition towards ito na nga, this kind of behavior. But it, like I said, may mga variations yan. In other words, kapag mayroong MAOA-L na allele yung tao, it means na pwede yung cocktail in your head is not has variations that could result in excessive aggression and what they call na nga the criminal disposition. Okay. Bakit natin pinag-uusapan ito? Para dun sa mga bagong dating, ito po ay dahil sa sinabi ni Professor Shelo Magno na ang addiction daw ay dahil sa genes. Okay. She's not completely wrong, but it's an oversimplification. So ibig sabihin dito sa sinasabi ni Prof. Magno is that yung may addictions is because there's something wrong with their brain, may MAOA-L allele sila, so they cannot help themselves. Parang ganun ang lumalabas. They can't help themselves, they will become addicts in the long run. Nai-ignore ni Professor Magno yung isang pang factor. So while it can create, the presence of this allele can create a disposition, it's a disposition only. Meaning, hindi ibig sabihin nun magiging kriminal. Hindi ibig sabihin nun mayroong na automatic, when you're born, there's nothing else you can do about it. Sabi ni Cabangus, ang layo naman, walang kinalaman ng gene sa addiction. Meron po, may kinalaman siya. So what I'm saying is that Professor Magno is not wrong, but she is oversimplifying. Kasi nga, kung yung tao merong MAOA-L na allele or variation ng gene, mayroong kang predisposition, it could create a predisposition for, among other kinds of behaviors, a predisposition towards addiction. Now, ang isang factor that creates us, that makes us who we are, is environment. Ang ating disposition towards committing crimes, towards addiction, is part genetics and part environment. Sabi nga ng mga scientists, yung genetic predisposition is the gun, but what pulls the trigger is environment. Kung paano ka pinalaki, kung ano yung mga input mo, ano yung interactions mo while you were a child, while you were growing up. All of these profoundly will also influence our behavior. In other words, even if you're born with this specific allele, it's not a crime gene, ha? It only is an instruction manual for the kind of proteins that are produced by your brain. Okay. Okay, the proteins that or how they regulate the neurotransmitters in your brain. So may kinalaman, like I said, Prof. Magno is not wrong, but what she said might be an oversimplification of the MOAO-L allele. Okay? So, baka tanungin ninyo, ang Keiko mag-discuss ng genetics dito. Pinag-aaralan din po kasi namin yan sa archaeology. So, this might help you to understand that yes, there are some people who are born because the code, the genetic code, the instructions for the creation of proteins makes the person predisposed towards certain behaviors. Okay. So, ulitin ko ha, when you say genetic predisposition, it is also a combination. Ay, hindi ulitin. So, what does this mean? It means that when your DNA, part of your DNA contains the gene. The gene is the instruction manual. The instruction manual for the creation of certain proteins. Now, these proteins are the code for whether or not you will grow tall or fat or predisposed towards acne, predisposed towards having blonde hair or blue. We will have blonde hair or blue eyes. But it also regulates certain proteins that will release the neurotransmitters, and these three neurotransmitters are essential in certain behaviors. Is there a disposition towards addiction? Yes, there could be a genetic predisposition, but that's why we call it a predisposition, because nothing is certain. Hindi po yan sure na gagawin ng tao yan. Hindi sure na yung tao na yon born with the MAOA-L allele will actually be a criminal, will commit criminal behavior, will be an addict, because may interactions pa siya, which is why, di ba, merong sinasabi, merong cloning. Just because you clone, for example, assuming that it is possible to clone an entire human being and that it were ethically allowed, yung human being na yon will not be the same as the original, because yung behavior niya could still be determined by how this person is going to be brought up. What factors? Anong environment? Will he grow up rich or poor? Will his parents pay attention to him? Will his parents be professionals? Will he have teachers who profoundly pay attention to him? Yan. Sabi ni Amsedel, however, it's a matter of choice about our perspective, our morals or philosophies. Like the story of a drunken father with two sons. One son grew up the same as his father because that's what he saw and grew up with, while the other decided to be a better version of the father. Yes, choices also will determine the kind of person that you will grow up to be. Hi, K-Nits. Okay. So, ulitin ko ha, hindi nyo kailangan i-bash si Prof. Magno. Pero, it is very dangerous to stop the discussion at genes will determine whether or not you're going to become an addict. Yeah? Genes determine only a predisposition, and that is only if you have that allele. Okay. Saka na muna natin pag-usapan yung genetic editing. Like anything else, it's like cloning eh. It comes with a whole package of ethical concerns and that's a mess talaga. But I think that given the development of science and technology, it must be discussed, but not right now. Ito. Sabi ni Ma'am Patricia, nature versus nurture. Your prefrontal cortex allows you to control your urges. There's that. Totoo yan. And yung controls, yung impulses mo, yung controls you can also put in place. For example, parents, di ba kayo pinangangaralan ninyo yung mga bata? You punish when the behavior is hurtful. both to the child and to the people around him, or to the things that are around him. These provide for what we call moral controls naman, emotional controls. The child learns based on the parent whether or not this person is going to be is going to be able to control their own behaviors later on, yung mga excesses ng behaviors na yon. So, again, kumbaga, this is not a complete, at yun din yung, marami nang nag-react, si Rob Rances, si Sas, and what they're saying is that you should not ignore the environment. Now, why is this politically relevant? Because it is, this is how our politicians actually help or hurt. If you do not consider the environment as a contributing factor to criminal behavior, papabayaan nyo yan. Now, in the 1980s, there was also another study called On Broken Windows. Ewan ko kung naaalala niyo ito. New York City had a hugely high crime rate. So there was a study made on how broken windows directly affect the behavior of people in a particular neighborhood. So, napansin nila na kapag maraming broken windows doon sa sa neighborhood, mataas ang crime rate. So, bakit? Kasi in an ordinary person, pag nakita mo ay basag-basag, maraming basura, napapabayaan yung lugar, tumataas ang crime rate because crime thrives in an environment where people don't care. If you care about the crime rate in your neighborhood, tutulong kayo sa pagpupulis, you will call the police when a crime is being committed, you will report crimes, you will also not be predisposed towards committing crimes in neighborhoods that are clean, that are well lighted, that transmit or convey the message that there is discipline here. Diba? So, you don't have to be at, sabi ni Raymond Christopher, bangag at tangsin. Hindi naman po siguro. Hindi siya geneticist, but we do study that. So, for instance, in archaeology, we have to study genetics, we have to have a basic understanding of genetics so that we can see, kunwari, pagka na-examine yung DNA ng isang human, and there are different kinds of humans, then we will determine what particular species. Is this Homo sapiens? Is this Homo luzonensis? Etc. Because there are several, makikita mo doon sa genes, yung production, yung protein production will give instructions, for example, to how tall that is going to be, that human is going to be, whether or not he has a particular brow ridge, okay, yung yung heft, etc., yung size ng brain, etc. Sabi ni Ma'am Rachel, share lang daw niya, my ex-husband is a drug addict and naging pusher po. And yes, yung pag-mold ko sa mga anak ko na wag magaya sa tatay nila. Pero ang hirap pag broken family na, tapos yung environment pa po, malaking factor. Kailangan lang talaga maging firm ang magulang na gusto maging maayos ang buhay ng kanyang mga anak. Yes, but it's not, the parents aren't the only ones that provide the environment. Di ba? Bakit natin nasabi? Well, the extended family, the neighborhood, all of these also contribute. Sabi ni Ma'am Karen, blaming genes as the only factor which contributed to being an addict is preposterous. Look at science and theology. Ang daming naging posibleng dahilan kung ano ka bilang tao. Mostly it all boils down to free will. And in the case of B, he's just a spoiled creature who turns out to be worse than his father. Ayun. Thank you kay Miss Gisando. Thank you kay Sir Art. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Huwag pong kakalimutan, mga TikTokers, tap lang po tayo. Okay. So, I hope that everyone understands how this works now, di ba? there is genetic predisposition, but remember, not everybody is genetically predisposed to being a criminal. These are exceptions. Okay, well, not naman exceptions, because the gene is a variant. Yung MAOA-L gene yun. Yung na-discover ng mga dalubhasa. On the other hand, meron din namang mga tao na walang MAOA-L gene, pero nagiging kriminal. So, dito na pumapasok din yung mga yung mga natulak ng gutom, natulak ng matinding pagkakahirapan, natulak ng na form ng environment. So if you grow up in an area where people think that committing crimes is okay because you're poor, then you will grow up thinking that way as well. So it's not just the genetic predisposition also. So if you grow up in a household where everybody does the bawal na gamot, diba? Everybody does prohibited drugs, then you might think yung ating Yan, sorry. So, ulitin ko. If you are in an environment where everybody, the set of values are such that people say it is okay to do drugs, or it is part of your culture to do drugs, you will do drugs as well. If you grow up in an environment where binabaliwala yung mga criminal laws, then you could also develop criminal behaviors because you will think that it's okay. Ngayon, frequently asked questions tayo, ha. Ang question ngayon is, babalik ba ako? Babalik na ako. Yes, babalik na po ako sa sa Spokes tomorrow at 8 a.m. Nasa Spokes po tayo, and I hope to see you there. Sabi ni Guillermo, sa public school po ba nagkakaroon ng maayos na evaluation? Kadami ng students, pag nakakita ng problema, nagkakaroon po ba ng maayos na counsel? Malaking bagay talaga ang education, isa sa nagpapaayos ng komunidad. At totoo yun. But we also cannot make a sweeping generalization about public schools. I am a product of the public school system. UP is a public school. Okay? So, it will depend, di ba? May masiswerteng mga estudyante who go into a public school where it is well run, the principal cares, the teachers care, they all focus on the high quality of education. So, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na mo ba't public school malaki, pinababayaan, etc. No, I'm sorry, that's not true at all. Because I actually, a few years ago, I was lecturing in public schools about Philippine history, and I have seen the gamot. But in general, I think that many public schools, particularly nung tinaasan ang sweldo ng mga teachers, I have seen good quality education coming out of some schools. Many schools. Ma'am Patricia says, a psychopath is born that way, whereas a sociopath learns deviant behavior through childhood experiences and negative influences. Yes, a sociopath can still be helped, theoretically. But it will depend on factors like when you get to them and so on. Sabi ni Sweet Dreams, I found out that projection is also a coping or defense mechanism of people with addiction. No wonder the Marcos admin resorts to projection all the time. That's an interesting point. Something worth thinking about. Para sa mga nanonood sa atin sa TikTok, tap naman po dyan. And thank you kay JAT. Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat kay Jim, kay Yas, kay Sir Art, kay Miss Gisando. Meron ba akong na-miss? Kay Ma'am Andresa, magandang gabi po sa inyo. Kay Dylab. Kay RR, thank you very much po for your continued support of Luminous. Sabi ni Ma'am Victoria, pahayag usaping drugs, talagang malaking factor ang government policy and enforcement. Salute kay PRD. Correct. Bakit? You reduce the crime rate in a neighborhood and children grow up in a safe environment. They will interact with people who are, who will not harm them. They will interact with people, who are no longer afraid kasi nakakahawa yan. Fear is also a factor in forming your personality. Sabi ni Ponyos, may mga, ang hirap naman basahin pagka ganyan. Sabi ni Ma'am Rachel, tama din po ulit kayo. Nang malaman ko po na ginawang hideout ng ex ko ang husband, ang, ang dating bahay namin, dahil ayoko pong kalakihan ng mga anak ko ang gawaing mali ng tatay nila. Ako mismo nagpaalis sa kanila ng kinakasama nila at mga adik na alam ko naging parokyano ng ex ko, talaga pong sinisit ako para maging aware din po sila na mali ang ginagawa nila. Excellent, ma'am. Grabe. Thank you for caring for your children this much. You are creating good citizens or raising good citizens. Merry Christmas kay Mike. Sabi ni Yan, but what they do not know, many ordinary Filipinos are consciously awake now. Many, that is true because of the experience we shared in 2016 to 2022. But it is not a good idea na makampante tayo na marami na pong aware. Kailangan tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang awareness campaign natin para hindi tayo nasisingitan ng mga statements that are oversimplifications or outright wrong or propaganda. So, ulitin ko ha, hindi po mali completely hindi mali si Prof. Magno, incomplete lang po ang kanyang sinabi. Kasi nai-ignore niya yung environmental factors. At yung environmental factors, dyan po pumapasok ang obligasyon ng ating gobyerno. Bahagi ng kanilang obligasyon ay to create a safe environment for its citizens. Kaya nga may police, may law enforcers, kaya may naglilinis ng kalye, kaya may mga LGU na nagre-regulate kung anong klaseng mga gusali ang nandyan. O halimbawa ng maayos na pagpapalakad na forward thinking. Nung si VP Inday ay mayor ng Davao City, yung mga unsightly na black spaghetti tinatawag natin, yung halos buhol-buhol na mga wires na nakikita nakasabit-sabit, karamihan sa kanila luma na, hindi na ginagamit o patay na, hindi lang kinlean up ng mga ahensya o mga kumpanya na naglagay nun, pinatanggal niya at pinabaon niya yung mga power lines and other lines under the ground. Bakit? Power lines are actually dangerous. Mayroon ding mga studies, hindi pa po final yung iba, that indicate na yung mga tumitira that are proximate to high-powered transmission lines ay nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang klaseng mga sakit. So, dun sa pagtanggal, nagkaroon din ng maliwanag na visual ng sightlines. So, yung black spaghetti kasi, unsightly yun, ang pangit talaga. Pero kapag nandyan yan, yung mga batang lumalaki, they think, okay lang. And so, na-develop yung aesthetic natin na okay lang na may ganyang klaseng kalat. Okay lang kapag may mga visual na clutter. So, we want our children to grow up with an appreciation of what an orderly environment is. So, nung pinabaon yung mga lines na yon, unang-una, it's safer. And second, mas visually clearer ang ating sightlines. So, yes, Ma'am Patricia says they release radiation. At sabi ni IAR, thank you for finding time to teach us even on Christmas Day. Well, it's a discussion and hopefully we all learn here. Halimbawa, itong si Ma'am Patricia, marami po siyang input ngayon that are factual and very helpful to our understanding here. Sabi ni Ma'am Yvonne, tok-tokhang niyo po ang tokhang, meaning kakatok sila at pakiusapan ng adik. Number 3 sa hit list ng Davao nephew ko, after na tokhang, tinulungan namin, ngayon naging seaman na ang laki ng health ni PRD. So there you go, di ba? Creating a safe environment will also allow those, if the child has a genetic predisposition, maaga pa lang ma-experience nila yung orderliness, yung strict enforcement, so that kahit natitempt siya, hindi niya gagawin yung mga bawal. Sabi ni Ma'am Patricia, the spaghetti lines equal urban blight. Yes, it's part of urban blight. Oh, you're welcome, Ma'am Patricia, but you have been giving very excellent factual information. Sabi ni Jesus, naulit niya uli yung anecdote of the two sons. Tama. So, we must demand from our government and from the administrations that occupy that government, kumbaga, na to be more involved. Kasi yung palakad ng gobyerno ay isang factor din dun sa pagpapalaki ng ating mga anak. Kaya, di ba, nagkakaroon ng generational tendency to do things a certain way. Halimbawa, yung naging habit natin yung pag voting for the same people over and over again and expecting that they will do something different. Boto natin yung mga tao na alam naman natin biglang yumayaman pag nakaupo na sa pwesto, pero tapos nagagalit tayo kapag may ganon, kapag biglang nadiskubre or nagkaroon ng ebidensya na ay mukhang nandadaya ito. Sabi ni Amsedel, yung comment ni Magno is misleading just to justify the curiosity ni Flavio. So comment niya ni Magno, parang ini-emphasize niya na parang to normalize addiction. So as the corruption, klepto, and other things just because it is etched in our DNA. Not only that, ang kausap niya, ang isang pare that admits to having been a former addict. So pag sinabi mo kasi, kasi may nasa genes mo yan, para na siyang nag-exonerate, parang, wala kang kasalanan, nasa genes mo, gagawin at gagawin mo yan. Hindi po yan totoo. May predisposition lang, and a predisposition can be controlled by environment or can be overcome by a good environment. Miss Kitty Gas, maraming salamat po sa inyo, ma'am. Tsaka kay JAT. Huwag pong kakalimutan, tap po tayo dito sa TikTok. The last time sa TikTok namin, nung naka-achieve sila ng gift goals, ay nakapag-karaoke night pa kami. So I hope na kahit paano makapag-karaoke night din tayo para dun sa mga nasa TikTok. If not, well, we will see you all tomorrow on Billionaire News Channel. Nakakatawa kasi kung kailan naman babalik na ako sa Bilyo, wala na pong nagtatanong at wala rin pong other people na nag-i-insinuate na wala na ako doon sa sa programang The Spokes. Sabi ni Boggs, safe place and environment. The reason why most OFWs appreciate the drug war, because while working abroad and away from their family, they know their family, specifically their children, are safe. Totoo yan. Kung mayroong criminal activity ongoing in the neighborhood, tapos walang ginagawa, ang message niyan dun sa mga batang lumalaki is, it's okay, or even if it is bad, no one is going to save you. So may mga bata or later on adults who make the choice na if you can't beat them, join them. May mga ganon who think that because they live in a crime-ridden environment, they will tend to commit crimes because yan yung kultura ng lugar na yon. Hi kay Anil Joy Cantalejo, maligayang Pasko po sa inyo. Sabi ni at Sara Dutertista, curiosity means isang beses lang ginawa, hindi 15 years na nag-aadi. Well, totoo naman yan. Yung curiosity is a reason for trying something out. Pero pagka bumalik ka na alam mo na kung ano yung high, then the rest of that is addiction. Kasi according dun sa may mga kaibigan ako at kamag-anak who run rehabilitation centers. At ang sabi sa akin is that it becomes a perpetual, yung addiction is the perpetual chase after the original high. Kasi pagka nasasanay na yung katawan mo doon sa droga, you need more in order to capture that high moment. Assuming na yun nga, high ang hinahabol. And then there are others who just want to forget, masyadong mabigat ang dalang suliranin, they want to sleep. They want to, there can also be an addiction towards escapism, escaping your problems. Yan. And matutulog na lang. Hi, Sir Maxi, sabi niya, Happy New Year. Like my nephew, he was with his uncles in his mother's side. Kaya adik, kung sa amin lumaki, he would have been kaya adik, kung sa amin lumaki, he would have been disciplined like in the military. Correct. So, dalawa, there's no single formula for saying that a person will be a criminal later on. Di ba? Marami yan. Even nga, doon sa genetics mo, doon sa proteins that are created in that gene, in the MOA gene, and then the MAOA gene, or in the MAOA-L gene. So nagkakaroon ng variations din yan. We don't know what kind of predisposition this person will have. Makikita yan, ma-examine yan doon sa pag in-examine yung genes. Sabi ni Sasaben, yung kapitbahay namin addict, pero yung parents niya mga conservative. So paano naging genetic ang addiction? Ulitin ko po, hindi po genetic predisposition towards addiction. The gene only creates a protein. What is a gene? Balikan natin, ha? Ano ba yung gene? Yung gene, yung part ng DNA mo that provides an instruction manual, a code. What is that code? That code instructs your body to produce certain proteins in a certain amount or in a certain way. So, there's no such thing as pinanganak magiging addict ka na sigurado. Walang ganun. Kasi that's why it's called a predisposition. Hindi po genetic ang addiction. There's no gene that says you will become an addict. There is what is known as the MAOA-L gene, which is a variation of the MAOA gene. Yung MAOA gene regulates what happens to the dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine after it has been released as the neurotransmitter. Anong mangyayari? Saan pupunta yun? So yung gene na yun will determine, let's say, how much or dopamine will be bouncing around in your brain. If there is too much, you have ADHD. If there's too little, you have Parkinson's, ganyan. So, iba-iba yung variation na yan. It will determine whether or not you will display aggressive behavior, if you have a short attention span, if you will act impulsively, etc. And then, in your upbringing, if a person, let's say, is born very impulsive because of the cocktail in his brain that says you're going to be impulsive, the parents now can regulate that impulsive behavior, explain the weighing of consequences, and so on. So it's not just a gene, it is also the environment. And it's not predetermined. Ibig sabihin, hindi komot may MAOA-L gene ka, automatic magiging criminal ka. Hindi. Unang-una, it depends on the cocktail, how much, what happens after transmission, etc. Also, one gene will not work alone. You have several of them, and they regulate other things. They regulate, for instance, your height. They regulate how you look. Kung matangos ba ilong mo, not regulate, but they code how your nose is going to be formed or shaped, etc. So, hindi po yan, like I said, it's not a map na, may ganyan ka, therefore criminal ka. Or no matter what you do, magiging criminal ka. No matter what you do, magiging addict ka. Hindi po. Hindi po ganun. So, in fact, that's exactly what Prof. Magno inadvertently was saying. Parang ang sinasabi niya, yung addiction dahil sa genes yan. Not necessarily, kasi nga may environment pa, may pagpapalaki pa, may neighborhood ka pa, may extended family ka pa, may klase ka pa. When you go to school, you interact with other people, and those interactions will also influence your behavior. Your experience will also influence your behavior. So, ulitin ko hindi natin sinasabi na genetic lahat ng addictions, but there are certain genes that will produce certain behaviors based on the kind of proteins or the proteins that it has given instructions to your body to produce. Yun, sabi ni Monoclista, and because of liberal ideology, they keep on ignoring the effects of social groups. Could you elaborate on that? That's an interesting idea. I want to hear more. How does liberal ideology tend to ignore the effects of social groups? Jonathan says, in my experience and years in law enforcement before, social and environmental factors are the most influential contributors to illegal drug exposure. Correct. Because exposure almost always will have an influence on whether or not you're going to choose it.